Hi, my name is Izzy, and I'm giving myself an Wakambi.
Gisteren was een struggle, vandaag is ook niet makkelijk. Morgen gaan de beter, vandaag is die dagen. Vat elke dag soos, net nog een kans om op te staan. Dus in te lachen en te dansen. En als mijn braden zwaar krijgt, gaat ik je stil blij. Ik sta op en wat, ik praat die waarheid. Vat elke dag soos, net nog een kans om op te staan. Dus in te lachen en te dansen. Want ja, ik geloof in mijn mensen. Mijn mensen zullen centen voor al rente. Maar even voor de mensen stuk. Je ziet een gloe in mijn mensen. Mijn mensen zullen centen voor al rente. Maar even voor de mensen.
The hunger getting stronger. The month is long, you know the struggle is real. Take the good time with the bad. When it come down to it, it's something you feel. Such a bittersweet sorrow. You know we all need to heal. So easy, you know the struggle is real. Struggle is real. Struggle is real. We all know struggle is real. Everybody know the struggle is real. But I still,
ja, ik geloof in mijn mensen.
I believe
Mijn mensen zullen centen voor al rente. Maar even voor de mensen steeds. Je ziet een gloe in mijn mensen. Mijn mensen zullen centen voor al rente. Maar even voor de mensen.
the hunger getting stronger. The month is long, you know the struggle is real. Take the good time with the bad. When it come down to it, it's something you feel. Such a bittersweet sorrow. You know we all need to heal.
The song is literally a January anthem, the way we see it, because most of our people, we party on during December, and then January we struggle to make ends meet, and then the struggle is real. Some of us, we're still struggling until now. January was a bit too short, it seems. Oh, it's too long, I don't know.
The struggle's not finished with us yet.
Yeah. My homie on the bass guitar is Tyron Roots. We've got a bunch of nicknames for him, but I suppose it's family TV, so we can't really say it. I've got my good friend Wayne on the drums. Wayne's helping us out for today. He's a session drummer, but he's jammed with us a couple of times before, so we know him. And then, of course, my man over there, the Jimi Hendrix of my crew, Isaac Martin. He's also a composer and a solo songwriter. And then, of course, I am Nomad, aka Nomad the Poet.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I've got this question. Wakambi, let's start there.
Who's
Let's
doing
start
this?
with Wakambi.
Easy? You, me.
No, you.
Okay. So there's a long story and there's a short story. I can give you the long story, I can give you the short story, but I think I'm going just to entertain you guys, give you the long story about Wakambi.
Right.
There is a high Sanusi in South Africa, which is a Sangoma, a witch doctor. But it's not just an ordinary Sangoma. This is a guy who is the keeper of the Xhosa and the Zulu legends. And this guy's name is Credo Mutwa. Baba Credo Mutwa. And he is also an author and a painter. And one of his books that he wrote, I think it was in the late 40s, early 50s, is called Indaba My Children, which means come closer my children. Let's meet, let's talk. And in this book, he basically explains or talks about the creation myth of the Bantu people. And as we know, legends, there's always plenty of legends that go around, but one of these stories that he talks about is about a small tribe that was the first people who settled. They were the first people who decided to build a kraal, to choose a leader, and to actually cultivate land. And these people had a goddess who was the leader, and she was also the mother of music. Her name is Marimba. And the tribe that she led was called the Wakambi. And that's where the name comes from. The Wakambi people are poets and musicians, and we feel that's our calling in life.
Is it number 23 or is it number 13?
It's actually an amalgamation of both. It's the number 20, the number 23 made to look like a W. So you have an amalgamation of both. The number 23, which is the W being the 23rd letter of the alphabet. You see.
Ons kan lekker brei. Pastervoeding goed dat hy sy tappe sly. En as die wind nie waai, is die walvis by. Papegaai sly hy, ons bly fly. Met 'n galie op die kolle, kabel jou. My hele lyf vol sand, kastele bou. Jy land en look loose en ons bekeel ook rou. Dynaming met die see, geel op blou. Van die son opkom, tot die son ondergaan. Tot die weer opkom, ons is steeds op die strand. Steeds aan die gang, tot die volgende aan. Van de party by die see, is nooit gedaan. Ons knijp een hij gaat ons weer. Jong en gezond, wie wil ons keer? Maak vast, een kop, skep een atmosfeer. Lekker, 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 lekker. Ja, lekker, 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 lekker. Zo lekker, 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 lekker. Ja, lekker, 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 lekker. Zo waar je lekker, lekker. La 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 la. Ons rol kop en mis, met die ochtendmis. Vieren in 'n kraat wat ons noem met 'n kus. Daar word die gerus, die teen die kus. Soveel visse in die see en die een wil mis. Ja, dit is waar het is, jy kan nie afstry. Is die way wat die by in jou hart kom bly. Hey Jai, maar wil jy beter kry? As Independence Beach op Independence Bay. Met die don, vir die tongele klap. Van jou naweek het begin op 'n donderdag aand. En wie gedink jy so? Sondag maak nou wil die son opkom. En die klok is swak, ek knip my uil. Hij gaat ons weer, jong en gezond, wie wil ons weer? Maak vast, een knop, skep een atmosfeer. Lekker, 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 lekker. Zo lekker, 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 lekker. Ja, is lekker, 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 lekker. Zo lekker, 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 lekker. Ja, lekker, zo baie lekker.
Bedisia, for instance, there's the whole story about Bedisia. That was a weekend on the beach for me. Me and Isaac actually wrote the track when we were on a farm far, far away from home, and we missed home so much. Yeah, so it was just one of those things, you know.
It's not an easy job though, but I thank God for the strength of grace that He has given me.
And how she would go out at night and she will dress into the certain outfit and go meet with the people who do the same things as she does.
I was still learning more about my sound as a saxophonist, and then also just me in general, who I am and who I want to be and who I want to show the world who I am.
You know, your vocal cords are a muscle, and your breathing and everything is all a muscle, and it has to be trained. So it took me 3 years.
I think it's the ability to do something well, better than most. Yeah, better than your peers. I feel like it's the ability to do something better than the people around you.
Naomi Classic is just a simple lady that loves God and loves to sing and also make people happy.
We do also politics, and we do also sort of music history and sort of ethics.
A lot of people don't know about this school called On Beat Music School. It's in Kleinwendok. It's almost like a secret school.
And then in my head, actually, and it's not unique, but I really had the ability to be able to slowly put instruments and listen to it.
They leave the guitar there, I touch it. When they are not there,
My name is Danki and I give myself an ongobe.
Yeah, I suppose it is. A lot of people are quite surprised when they realize we are from Walfish Bay. I've been doing hip-hop for 15 years, so I've been getting around. Isaac and Tyron has been a band on their own previously, but still, once people hear the Wakambi sound, they're like, where's this coming from?
Since my grandmother, I was 3 years old, and she's like, you learned how to read now. Now you're gonna know your A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's enough. Now you come here and you press here. This is and that's where it started for me. Like with my grandma, yeah, no, it's no problem. Just press this. It's nice, no, it's fun. the way grandmas must but I got a lot of support from my family. My grandfather was a musician, so it used to be in the family, you know, for us. No one else actually plays beside myself in the family, so I'm like the last one.
Yeah.
It's been about 10, going on 11 years now that I've been making music, piano, drums, guitars, whatever I can get my hands on. I normally just give me a little bit of a while with it, and I'm gonna get it for you.
Once in a while, I'll hear a story from someone else, and I'll try and put it in my own words. But most of the things I speak about whenever I rap is about stuff that I go through. Like with any other track, anyone has heard any of my music would know that I write from experience and from what I go through.
Yeah.
And I always try and make it sound a little bit poetic, a little bit deeper, so people can at least shake their booties but still think about it afterwards.
Before we met Nomad, we actually tried to work with several rappers, and that was a big issue for us because we often stressed integrity and meaning behind our music before, like, just making it. If it's catchy, that's great. That's great if it's catchy and it's also meaningful. But we'd rather write a meaningful song that maybe 10, 15 years later somebody can still listen to and be like, you know, this has meaning, this has substance to it, as opposed to something that's now, it's there, it's fresh and it's popular, and next week everyone's forgotten about.
I come from a family that's not really all that musical, you know. I was born in Rehoboth. We grew up having to participate in sports and whatnot, you know. And I used to play soccer, but I quickly realized that there's only so far sports or athletics can take you. There's only so far your body can take you. And then you need to allow your mind to take you further. So it's part of that whole process that got me into writing poems and a few life experiences that taught me that I can actually teach people with my music and with my poetry, because that's how I taught myself, by reading books and by finding out about people and doing research. So at the end of the day, I do believe that what we write, we need to live out, not just because it's easier that way, but because if you live what you're writing, then other people see it and they can relate to it because it's real, you know.
Lovely.
Song number 3 was actually specifically written for the Studio 6 session.
It was composed brand new last week specifically for this session.
Wow.
Because we wanted to bring the people something new that we haven't performed before.
Right.
So anyone out there listening to this song will be hearing it for the first time, and
it's an exclusive.
It's an exclusive for Studio 6.
Let's go.
Check. Skote klap, terwyl die honde om jou pote hap. Dis 'n grote grap, maar dis my soort lak terwyl woorde spat. Onbekende mosies wakker maak. Vrees hulle dom, kom wat my laat wakker slaap. Een hoog op 'n skreefie, die ander waarby. Witness ek elke dag, hoe gaan my geld land uit? Opstand tyd, lyk ek soos 'n lewende lijk. 6 sonde wat blaf, 'n lewende wat tyd. Daai is roof, moord, 'n wilde skietskop. Korrupte polismanne en 'n dronk speedkop. Jigre outies wat zula, outies wat rob. En merchants op die corner en dan winners op die blok. 9 o'clock, op die kerkse klok. Dan skrik die buurt wakker en die paries begin klop. Want die tyd, dis die tyd, is die tyd. Dis die tyd, dis ons tyd. Is nou die tyd, check.
Tell me what you know. Show me where to go. Tell me all the southwestern stars in your eyes. Show me what you've seen. Take me everywhere you've been. Tell me all the southwestern stars in your eyes. All the southwestern stars in your eyes.
Check. Die skote klap, terwyl die honde om my pote hap. Dis 'n grote grap, maar dis my soort lak terwyl woorde spat. Onbekende mosies wakker maak. Vrees hulle dom, kom wat my laat wakker slaap. Een hoog op 'n skreefie, die ander waarby. Witness ek elke dag, hoe gaan my geld land uit? Opstand tyd, lyk ek soos 'n lewende lijk. 6 sonne wat blaf, maar lewende wat byt. Roof, moord, 'n wilde skietskop. Korrupte polismanne en 'n dronk speedkop. Jigre outies wat zula, outies wat rob. Merchants op die corner en dan winners op die blok. En dan 9 o'clock, op die kerkse klok. Skrik die buurt wakker, paries begin klop. Want die tyd, dis die tyd, is die tyd. Dis die tyd, dis ons tyd, is nou die tyd.
Tell me where to go. Tell me what you know. Tell me how the stars in your eyes, the stars in your eyes. Show me what you've seen. Take me everywhere you've been. Tell me how the southwestern stars in your eyes.
Van die noord tot die suid, dit bly my huis. Want ek was gebore in Suidwest-Afrika.
I would for instance, think the band existing, that itself is an achievement. The songs that were made and are made ourselves an achievement. But if we look at it from your point of view, what is there still that needs to be achieved?
Record keeping. I think that's a big issue actually with many Namibian artists. So many of them come and they go so quickly without leaving behind an album, a poster, a t-shirt, a piece of merchandise, something to show the people that Namibia has got culture beyond Moscato Youth Choir and what people expect when they come here and buy tourism merchandise. You know, we have a rich, diverse culture, so much more than what people expect of us. And I think for us, the next thing is albums, singles, getting out something to the people, something that people can take home with them, you know, music they can put in their car at home, you know, something that brings us closer to the people that listen to us and who feel connected to it, I think is the next step for us.
We are also looking towards recording a full-length album because we do feel that we've got stories that the people need to hear. And I think that in itself is an achievement that we're still working towards. And there's a lot of other things I think we can always say, you know, wanting to tour, wanting to hit SA, because that's on our plan of action for next year. Mini Zark's been there once before as Wakambi. Now we want to go through as the whole band. I've realized through my 15 years there's a lot of people in Namibia who do music, but we seldom share our knowledge. And I think that should stop. I think we should come to an age where we should be sharing our knowledge, because that's the only way the industry can truly grow.
It's not an easy job though, but I thank God for the strength, the grace that He has given me.
And how she would go out at night and she will dress into the certain outfit and go and meet with the people who do the same things that she does.
I was still learning more about my sound as a saxophonist, and then also just me in general, who I am and who I want to be and who I want to show the world who I am.
You know, your vocal cords are a muscle, and your breathing and everything is all a muscle, and it has to be trained. So it took me 3 years.
I think it's the ability to do something well, better than most. Yeah, better than your peers. I feel like it's the ability to do something better than the people around you.
Naomi Classic is just a simple lady that loves God and loves to sing and also make people happy.
We do also politics, and we do also sort of music history and sort of ethics.
A lot of people don't know about this school called On Beat Music School. It's in Kleinwindhoek. It's almost like a secret school.
And then in my head, actually, and it's not unique, but I really had the ability to be able to slowly put instruments and listen to it.
They leave the guitar there, I touch it. When they are not there,
My name is Danki and I give myself an Ongobe.
Sis, this is what Namibians do best. We party. There's only one country in the world that drinks more than we do. It's the Germans.
Yeah.
And then again, they've got Oktoberfest, which
it's
is
not a big lead. Also, it's not a big lead.
Yeah. And they've got Oktoberfest. They've got way more people. We've got way less people. So we love to party. And the next song is exactly that. It's telling the world how we like to chill.
Does it?
And the name of the song is Dis Hoe Ons Hang.
Chiga ma chiga tori sunrise. We na mariba, we live in paradise. Living la vida as if a fast spice. Ons is kakkai van hulle gaan die tak swaai. La-di-da-di, we love to party. Maar poppie Bacardi, ons keer die baby. Weekend special, Brenda Fasil. Die afterparties gaat nog die klaar nie.
Hi, my name's Nomad, and I'm giving myself an Onkombe.
It's my life. Kick it, you don't win a jackpot unless you buy a ticket. Roll a dice, of tel kaart op. Rasta roulette, kost die jou kop. Handen op, as die party moet stop. Ons maak een family boy, je voor je family top. Van dus, ons hang. Dus, ons hang. Dus, ons hang. Sunday or Monday, the backballers hang day. Oh, you can funk black, oh, you can funk sway. Oh, you can funk a brother chillin' with me, throw me over low key. Orchestrated, consecrated, underrated, elevated. Point of conversation, neither one of us premeditated. Harking back to before the expansion of our mind. Time to define, the time to define was mine. Just mamas.
Can't talk Obama, the drama and crazy mama. Dalai Lama meditate with the laugh from the nama.
Bouwe luchtkasteel na 'n kaarsenlight onder 'n groen sambreel by Huggy Heights.
Castles made of sand, now empty. Eventually, but you and I can see the way the world ought to be.
Loop 3 rye spore en struikel oor ons woorde. Hoor is 'n storie en non sit mos die ore.
The faces, the places, the tapes and the times. The music we make in the party is overtime.
Braai vlees, check.
The burning wine,
check. Die bier is,
check. The chasers,
check. Die ijsers,
check. The braska,
check. And if you don't party with us, you can food check. Van de